All right, this is what we're going to do. I have no idea the direction of this video because we don't sit down and write long drawn out bullshit and try to think of powerful words to use in order to grab somebody's attention, which means nothing. What's sad is that alone, listen to this, that alone plus 9 years in a row is not enough to grab somebody's attention. Even this, okay? Doctor's notes from detoxes, etc. What is this? Some of y'all don't know. This is my last 19 months. You can go freak picture it, whatever. Screenshot it and zoom in on it. And it was bam, 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 bam. So some of y'all that are struggling, this is the definition of relapse after relapse after relapse. But then there was more prior. But this is just the last 19 months. And it starts with ICU. And there's the ICU twice. Okay, and then there's your detoxes, ER, rehab in Atlanta, you know, third time to Valley. And see, what I have right here is this. Okay, when I blast this industry of recovery in the medical industry, I can because I went back and got as many of the doctor's notes. See, anytime you're a patient in any of these structures, there's going to be a trail of evidence. There should. Doctors have to write down their analysis and they analyze and let's see what we can give them based off of this book over here, pill-wise. We can do a lot with that. Little did they know that these controllers, they have all the faith in the world that their grid of paralyzing all spirits is 100%, but they're wrong. Now, I'm sure there is somebody that's done this, but not to the extent of this. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to look at some of the doctor's notes. Okay? That actually sat right there in front of me and would tell me. Actually, I was trying to find my last prescription thing because I don't have it. And look, this was just at Park Ridge Hospital, one facility. All that right there. Listen, some of y'all are going through some shit right now. Reason for visit. Let's write out what you're going through. Some of y'all are just sitting there. I'm giving you what you're going to walk into. We're going to show you what they're going to write down before you even get there. Okay? So what the industry is going to tell you is alcohol withdrawal, but we went over that. It's because the brain is deficient. Okay, intractable vomiting alcohol what the intractable vomiting, and then those words. So some of y'all already know. Vomiting, dehydrated. There we go. Dehydrated. Okay. Numbness, trouble with vision. I'm sure they're just writing down everything that they're, but these are what they wrote down. Numbness and swelling. Numbness and swelling. Okay, and this was to another place, but We don't know. We don't have anything in there. This is a discharge summary. Okay? So we're going to try to tie you going through, because remember, everybody else that we look up to are not normal. Alcohol still controls them and the whole family unit. We are lucky. Okay? You're smarter than these people and the dummies that you think are normal. This is just memorize some shit. Here, just here. There we go. Your 5-year-old brain. And if you're in the medical field, okay. So let's say you are trying to quit drinking. Okay, chief complaint. Your complaint is you're a patient and you're in active alcohol withdrawal. And this is what they write down. History of present illness. The patient presented earlier that day in active alcohol withdrawal and was sent to Park Ridge East Hospital for medical clearance. Let me say this. We went to a detox and I was really so far gone. Hang on. That the detox couldn't take me because I was a risk to die because of my vitals. So I had to go to the ER and then come back to a detox. That's bad. And I'm sure that's where most of y'all are. And it says sent to blah blah hospital for medical clearance. The patient returned after treatment for blood pressure and IV fluids. The patient reported he normally drinks 30 to 40 beers per day. The patient reported that his drinking was out of control. He would work at the family business and drink while he was at work to keep from going into delirium tremors. Okay, now we can say this. Those of y'all that's in active, uncontrollable addiction, you take your shit everywhere and you hide it. So therefore, we're all the same, right? And remember, those tremors are caused from a deficiency of caliphos. The patient reported body shakes and unable to hold a fork or spoon in his hand due to shakes. This shouldn't be written down. I mean, this should be like, but they don't want these people to know. So I know your body's shaking and I know you're unable to hold a spoon or a fork because you shake so bad, some of y'all. The patient reported he decided this past week that he was going to stop drinking. The patient reported he slowed down and stopped the previous day. The patient reported that active DT so bad that he could not hold the spoon to eat. A friend told to start the beer and he could sip the beer in hopes that it would help with the full body shivers and shakes. This is where the guy came over here and held the beer for me. And this is worded so fucking stupid. You can tell these people hate their careers. They don't even care. It's just like, well, there's a lot of fuck up, so of course. And it says the patient reported he usually drank until he passed out. The patient reported not eating anything and unable to keep anything down due to nausea and vomiting in 2 days, which it went on forever. The patient reported daily alcohol for 15 years and heavily drinking for 10. There was no known medical whatever. The patient has severe withdrawal, but no seizures. The patient has had 6 DUIs. The last one was in 2004. I had 10. The patient drinking had really destroyed marriage of 11 years. Past medical history. The patient reported numbness, tremors, blackouts, hypertension, nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, indigestion. That's you too. Past psychiatric and substance abuse history. This is where you lie to them. The patient reported inpatient treatment in Tallulah Falls for 6 months and relapsed 3 months after that. The patient denied outpatient treatment. Well, of course. It's still a system. Listen, you've got to go through the ringer in order to get the tools. Those tools you're not going to get anywhere. You don't listen. It's all a money racket. The whole thing. Psychiatric medication history. Unavailable at that time. It said it's because I never have been on any, and it blew all. What? No, you don't need it. It says psychiatric medication history. The patient reported alcohol use, was beer daily for years, and usually drinks 30 to 40 beers per day. The patient reported he used marijuana occasionally. The patient reported no caffeine intake, because I don't drink sodas, and I didn't drink, well, I mean, there's coffee now, but nothing. Cannabis did that. Okay, so let's go to the next page. Psychosocial and educational history. The patient he is a 35-year-old male, married. He was employed with his, me and my ex had a restaurant. The patient reported he had 2 children and a wife with 3 children, and all children lived with the patient. The patient reported he was separated for 1.5 years. The patient reported mother was supportive. The patient reported he was a high school graduate, and I do have college. I don't have the papers, but I do have experience. Provisional diagnosis. Alcohol dependence and withdrawal. Deferred hypertension. Severe. What the fuck does that mean? So, high blood pressure, hypertension, alcohol dependence, withdrawal, severe damage. Physical examination. Vital signs. Respirations 18, blood pressure 146/92, pulse 80. Temperature of afebrile, is that the right word? The results of the physical and neurological exams were unremarkable except for alcohol abuse dependency, hypertension. The recommendations included the patient should be treated by a psychiatrist. The activity level was unavailable. Treated by a psychiatrist. How is that fucking person going to fix what's inside of here? Come on. Seriously. How are any fucking pills going to fix what's inside of there? They even make medication. You take this, it makes you sick if you drink. It's like, not if you drink enough. We proved that shit's a lie. Let's see. Laboratory data. We're just going to go through this. Routine admission labs including CBC, chemistry profile, TSH, and urinalysis were essentially within normal limits with the exception of GGT, high 89, ammonia, low less than 8.70, HDL, high 108, cholesterol ratio low 1.83. The results of the urine drug screen were unavailable. Identifying problems. This patient was admitted to an adult locked unit with signs and symptoms of withdrawal as evidenced by nausea, elevated blood pressure, rapid heartbeat, shakes, sweats, tremors, fatigue. And those side effects that I just are glorified on TV. I know you see a million commercials to drink every day, but you've got a fucking problem. And we don't, because we have a fake piece of paper that says we went to school. Hell yeah. So stupid. Options. Psychiatrist assessed and adjusted medications. So now the life of you is fixing to be in a person who went to a fucking structure, who learned a book, who learned how to write prescriptions by memorizing shit. And the reason that the brain and all this has transpired because it is fucking glorified. These stupid psychiatrists, and if you are one, I love you. Okay, 8 hours of TV a day. That's what the average person sees without them knowing it or not. What do you think the psychiatry of the brain's going to be? Times every day at 8 hours a day by filling up the brain, the memory bank, with all these images and sounds and all that stuff. Man, you're crazy. I went to school and got a degree. We have TVs in every room because it's slave mind control, and I'm so fucking stupid that I cannot step back long enough to look and do an inventory. I don't know how to add or subtract because I've got this in my asshole all the fucking time. That is more addictive than alcohol. Nursing administered and monitored medications for side effects and effectiveness. Staff provided alcohol and drug lectures, along with psychoeducational classes and process groups in order to assist patients in developing effective coping skills. How is fucking going to a psychiatrist and holding your hand out for pills, how is that coping? How is that teaching the individual to fucking fight for their life? How is that teaching them, you know what? You need to learn that alcohol is pushed to kill you. Think about if they had a fucking speech every year in every high school, junior high and elementary school, saying a lot of y'all are going to be alcoholics because it's glorified. But then the children would be like, I'll never drink. Y'all just can't see that, can you? Goals. The patient would withdraw from mood-altering substances, stabilize physically and emotionally, and then establish a supportive recovery plan. The patient would establish a plan for a drug-free lifestyle. Drug-free lifestyle. Okay, that's a plant that did that. That's not a drug. What is the fucking medical industry? What do they sell? Drugs. Even though this says that the patient needs to establish a plan for a drug-free lifestyle. They tell you right here. A plant did that. We couldn't get nowhere on their pills. It fucked everything up. Hospital course. The patient was admitted on September 14th, 2012 with the psychiatric evaluation being completed that same day. Moving 4 days later, the patient reported he felt a little better. Discussed the events of the past 48 hours and the patient was much better. The patient complained of insomnia. Of course. You cut that chemical off and we ain't sleeping. If we're not active, the body's not going to be exerted and it's not going to be tired. If the brain's not reading anything or trying to focus on long distance or smelling stuff, it's going to be more wired up when you're trying to sleep. So that causes the insomnia. Well, here's some, what was that stuff called? That gives you weird dreams. And see, that's the whole thing is you're supposed to be able to have visions and dreams naturally. And all those pills go in there and give you false dreams, man dreams. Ugh. The patient complained of insomnia. Here it is. Medications were discussed and the patient needed to taper off Ativan. Moving to September the 19th, the last day of treatment, the patient felt he was no longer withdrawing, felt he was ready to be released. The patient planned to attend Celebrate Recovery meetings for further treatment. The patient presented with fair mood and pleasant effect. The patient's blood pressure was improved. The patient was discharged on September the 19th. Medications monitored and adjusted. Individual, group, family therapy. This is funny. The patient was cooperative in being evaluated and took detoxification medication. You have to. The patient attended school and drug programming. Staff met with the patient periodically to discuss progress. The patient declined family contact. The patient participated in unit activities and programming, including process groups. The patient attended process group and reported a history of crack use, abuse of alcohol, and reported fight with his mother and getting kicked out of an apartment and all kinds. The patient reported he was tired of it all. But do you see? Listen to what the fuck they do. You are in a meeting, which means anonymity, motherfuckers. This is how fucking disgusting y'all are in that goddamn field of Satanism. Sorry, now I'm mad. I ain't never read this part. After it says, okay, listen, the patient attended alcohol and drug programs is what it is. It's their classes. It's like an AA meeting. Staff met with patient periodically to discuss progress. The patient declined family contact. The patient participated in unit activities and programming, including process groups, which is AA. Okay? The patient, or it's NA, attended process group and reported a history of crack use. See, this is where these motherfuckers sat in there and took notes. Okay, let me tell you, piece of shit, something in the fakest satanic fucking industry Nazism ever. Okay, when somebody's spilling that's why people can't get better. When you're spilling your fucking guts in some of these rooms and AA is where this all started. People don't take that shit with them and go, hey man, shit, look at this, yeah. They can't use it against you because they don't know you. Well, these people don't know you, but they have to do that to write it down because it has to do with a business. It's a fucking business. So we're going to write down. We're going to write down what has been fucking him up on paper. That's right. That's right. What a bunch of piece of shit y'all are. Anonymity is the foundation of AA in any fucking brotherhood, in any secret society. Okay? And y'all don't have it in the medical industry. What a bunch of fucking cheap bastards y'all are. 9 years I have against y'all's whole fake shit. No pills in almost 9 years. You need to think about that. And cannabis. And how a white cop and a black man ignited that in the beginning of that. You think Good Morning America wants to fucking talk about that to the Americans? On how you can do it yourself? How he's telling y'all to get the fuck out from that slave TV. This next video, we're going to talk about we're going to do an inventory on how much that you look down. And how your whole existence has been down. And you'll sit there right now and go, whoa. Have you ever looked up? No, you haven't. See, the power of these dummies, and here it comes from gadgets and looking down. Y'all work your nuts off inside around all kinds of AI, cancers being created around y'all left and right. Fucking Taco Bell, McDonald's send y'all more people, customers than anything. And the alcohol. Without that shit, y'all don't have a fucking job or a career. See, if it was my show as of right now, you would be coming to me, going through your fucking withdrawals from me cutting your fake society out. But you win in this world. Medical issues and consults, whatever. Medically stable and medical issues were addressed during the history and physical. And all we're doing is just reading that. Y'all know what we're doing. Final diagnosis: alcohol dependence with withdrawal and delirium, resolved hypertension, esophageal reflux, severe condition on discharge. The patient denied suicidal and homicidal ideations, thoughts, and plans. The patient denied auditory and visual hallucinations. The patient did receive medical detoxification. The patient declined staff assistance with arranging aftercare appointments and chose to arrange counseling follow-up with assistance of family. The patient was routinely discharged home on December the 19th. Let's see. Patient, it doesn't matter. We're to this point now. So what we can do is this. All right. What we'll do is I'll read different. We'll go through different. What do you call it? Summaries, I guess. We'll go through different summaries of what I have, and then we'll rip them in half. What do you think the coffee does? It causes dehydration. Yeah. It causes withdrawal. It causes numbness and swelling. It causes trouble with vision once that sugar finally takes the anatomy over. And it can cause vomiting. It's funny how these fucking dumb people against me now, they'll go drink water and throw up. You need to think about how their anatomy is engineered around poisons. You got doctors coming in there talking to me, hey, drinking the exact same thing it does to them, just slower. Does it cause diseases? Yes or no? Yes. Does all pills have side effects? Yes. Get rid of them. Does cell salts? No. Are you made of cells? Yes. Do you know anything about them? No, you don't. So, anyways, I hope this helped you out because some of y'all are fucking really struggling. And there's nothing like this out there on social media. We're ripping this shit in half day after day. I love you.